In tonight's headlines, the Hong Kong Football Association has apologized to fans angered by a sudden change in ticketing arrangements for a match scheduled at the Kai Tak Youth Sports Ground this afternoon. Tourism Secretary Rosanna Law expects Hong Kong to see 45 million visitor arrivals by the end of 2024.
가결되었음을 선포합니다.
And South Korean lawmakers vote with overwhelming majority to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol.
The Hong Kong Football Association apologized to the dozens of football fans who raged at the sudden change of ticketing arrangement of this afternoon's East Asia Football Championship match held at the Kai Tak Youth Sports Ground. The match, with Macau playing against Guam, was slated to start at 2 p.m. Originally, fans could get free tickets on site 2 hours before the match on a first-come, first-served basis. However, the Football Association announced on its social media platform yesterday the sudden arrangement to registering online in advance and collecting the tickets at the venue at noon before the match. All 400 quotas were snapped up in just 1 hour after registration started at 6 p.m. Some citizens, unaware of the new arrangement, arrived at the venue at noon only to find that they could not get a ticket and became furious. They think they are hosting the World Cup, said the discontented fans. This man said if people knew that the tickets were to be distributed online, they would not have come to line up to get the tickets 2 hours prior to the match, adding that the HKFA has upset many football fans. Even those lucky ones who successfully registered themselves slammed the arrangement. Not everyone would check HKFA's social media regularly. Those who don't know about the new arrangement would assume that this match would be admit-free like the last match with Mongolia playing against Taipei, this man said. Half an hour before the match, HKFA suddenly opened the match to those without online registration, citing enthusiastic responses. The association explained that as they expected about 1,000 people to attend the match, switching to online registration could ensure proper crowd control and apologized for causing the inconvenience. Bess Leung, Cable News.
With the resumption of multiple entry visas for Shenzheners, Hong Kong's tourist arrivals this year are expected to reach 45 million. Newly appointed Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism Rosanna Law said.
Taking to
the airwaves, Law highlighted that after the resumption of the multi-entry scheme, the average daily inflow increased 7 to 8% compared to November's average, with a 30% surge on weekends over last year. Law also emphasized that instead of relying on the central government for more favorable measures for Hong Kong, the city should step up its hospitality, because nowadays, information spreads instantly and widely via social media like Xiaohongshu. If one group of tourists were ill-treated, the whole world would know. It is important to create a welcoming atmosphere that makes visitors want to come back to Hong Kong, Law remarked. Meanwhile, as the Kai Tak Sports Park is set to open next year, the tourism chief said many organizers are interested in hosting events, but not much details could be revealed at this stage, since many events are still under negotiation. Separately, Law noted the twin giant panda cubs will likely make their public debut around the Lunar New Year, and suggested Ocean Park offer experiences for tourists at their own expense, such as making panda trees to enhance their experience and boost park revenues. Evelyn Bai, Cable News. Ocean Park has ridden on the city's panda mania and introduced more than 300 panda-related products in a bid to drive the panda economy while benefiting the city's tourism, said Chairman Paulo Pong. Speaking to iCable News, Pong highlighted the surge in panda-themed merchandise, and some of the panda dolls had even been sold out. We are brainstorming new ideas with different designers to create products with Hong Kong specialties, hoping to create more opportunities for the tourism industry, he added. Separately, Paul noted that the future home of the panda twins, after they turn 2 years old, is still under consideration. He also stated that the park is not considering extra fee for the new venue so far, though broadening sources of income is crucial to the park. Recently, our dining and products have been selling very well, and ticket pricing is something we need to think about, he said. The theme park chief also expressed confidence in boosting the park's revenue and easing the government's burden, as the park's financials have seen improvements and anticipated more revenue and visitors in the next 6 months. Given the water world facing losses exceeding $200 million last year, prompting the park to take a seasonal break this winter, Pond said the temporary closure helped them save costs and improve financial performance this fiscal year. Evelyn Bai, Cable News. Chief Executive John Lee concluded his 4-day duty visit to Beijing after exchanging views on high-caliber talents with the Minister of Human Resources and Social Security, Wang Xiaoping, this morning. Lee introduced to Wang the concept and background of establishing the Committee on Education, Technology and Talents in his 2024 policy address. Chief Secretary Eric Chan, who chairs the committee, was also present, reporting on the work directions of the committee. Lee highlighted that the SAR government not only attaches great importance to nurturing local talent, but also actively attracts diverse talent to work and settle in Hong Kong. During the meeting, the city leader expressed hope to exchange experiences with national ministries to promote the integrated development of education and technology talent, in response to President Xi Jinping's important speech at the National Conference on Education this year. It is time for the city's biggest outdoor shopping fair that stages in Victoria Park again. Vendors expressed optimism in this year's business, anticipating a 10 to 20% surge in sales, thanks to the resumption of the multi-entry scheme. Despite the cold weather, eager shoppers lined up early at the 58th Brands and Products Expo, ready to snatch coupons and snap their favorite items. Same as in previous years, the $1 abalone promotion attracted long lines outside the booth. This man said $100 for a lucky bag is such a great deal with abalone, mushrooms, candy days, and red days inside, and he planned to buy a lot today. The vendor of the booth said the $1 lucky bags were sold out in just 10 minutes, which is a great way to give back to Hong Kongers. She noted that they had stocked up inventory by 20 to 30% for the expo. This vendor said this year's promotional products come with special offers to attract visitors with multiple entry visas. It used to be $100 for 6 cans of abalone, while this year it's just $100 for 8 cans. Meanwhile, this vendor was taking advantage of the panda economy, launching some Panda Chef mystery boxes. Customers will receive one for free if they buy over $380. Acting Chief Executive Paul Chan attended the opening ceremony before joining the fair. Sampling cocktails and spending over $4,000 for dried seafood and snacks. This year's expo features over 900 booths with 420 exhibitors, including a wine section offering free alcoholic drinks for adults in the evenings. The expo, organized by the Chinese Manufacturers Association of Hong Kong, runs for 24 days until January 6, 2025, with an admission fee of $10, free after 7 p.m. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
President Xi Jinping will visit Macau to attend ceremonies marking the 25th anniversary of the former Portuguese colony's return to Chinese rule. During the three-day trip starting next Wednesday, Xi will inaugurate Macau's new administration and officiate the swearing-in ceremony of Chief Executive-elect Sam Ho-fai on December 20th. Xi last visited Macau 5 years ago to inaugurate the cabinet of outgoing Chief Executive Ho-ching, who did not seek re-election due to health concerns. Sam will be the city's first leader who was born and raised in mainland China. The 62-year-old former president of Macau's Court of Final Appeal plans to diversify the SAR's image from a gambling hub by exploring other avenues of generating income rather than relying just on revenue from casinos.
가결되었음을 선포합니다.
The motion to impeach South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol was passed with overwhelming majority. All 300 lawmakers participated with 204 votes in favor and 85 against. There were 3 abstentions and 8 invalid votes. Members of Yoon's People Power Party walked out of the chamber after the result was announced. There were celebrations on the streets of the capital Seoul as the news broke out. Yoon is now suspended from office and Prime Minister Han Duck-soo has taken over as the acting president. Yoon survived an impeachment vote last weekend and had clung to power despite mounting calls for him to step down after he tried to impose martial law. He and some of his allies are currently under investigation for insurrection charges, and a travel ban has been imposed on them. The entire impeachment process could take weeks, as a trial has to be held before the Constitutional Court. At least 6 of the 9-member council need to support the impeachment. Only then will the president be removed from office. An election for the next president should be held within 60 days of that ruling. Sachin Katwi, Cable News.